I wanted to love these new Skitarii, I really did, but the more I looked at them, the more they felt like they belonged in 40k. Today we're breaking down the Skitarii Battle-Pilgryms and their Marshal, and why I'm not entirely sold on them. Skitarii Battle-Pilgryms are elite Mechanicum soldiers, and the Marshal is a command option that leads them on their relic hunts. This is a brand new type of unit in the Horus Heresy that fought on both sides of the divide, and they can be added as allies to a Legions Astartes or Mechanicum force, or taken as an army unto themselves using the Skitarii Conclave rules found in the Journal Tactica, the Steel Hand of Mars. The Skitarii Battle-Pilgrym Corpus kit features one sprue that builds 8 models on 28.5mm plastic bases, whereas the Marshal is supplied as a single plastic sprue with an accompanying 32mm base. The Corpus sprue is pretty straightforward, with next to no variant options available. There are 4 poses repeated twice, and each model is armed with a Vault-Lock arquebus. There is a choice of bear or helmeted head, and the Ordinator can take a power sword and Vault-Lock handgun, but that's it. Outside of a twist of the head, there is no posability, and even then, a lot of the head is obscured by the large collar. So when taken as a full squad of 16, it means you're basically repeating the same model 4 times. Fortunately, the Marshal is more plentiful when it comes to options, and whilst the basic body is the same, there are at least a set of weapon and cosmetic choices. There are 3 different heads, and you can position the 2 servo skulls in a number of different positions. There are also 2 different gun options, with the Vault-Lock handgun and Archaeotech pistol being able to be posed either firing or down by his waist. Finally, there are 3 different right arm options. There's the Phase Claw, a Corpusant Stave, or the Octurate Scepter. I found all of the models went together pretty quickly. I finished the Marshal in a single evening, and the Corpus over a few nights, although there are a couple of things to note. Firstly, the coat is made up of a selection of different pieces, and you get a join line down the sides. Here's mine, pre-cleanup. Secondly, on the Marshal specifically, there are a number of very spindly bits, most notably the right servo skull. The left side of the backpack has the pipe moulded to it, and it's fixed pretty firmly. Not so on the right side, where you have to glue the pipe on, then glue the servo skull to it. I'm pretty confident this is going to snap off at some point, and wished I'd positioned it in the alternative position near the base. Otherwise, the weapon options will attach into fine little grooves, and the backpacks are interchangeable on each body. Cleanup was generally good, though each leg does feature a mould line down the front and back to watch out for. So, a pretty straightforward build, although I have to say I'm not overly a fan of the design of the models. They are clearly a precursor to the Skitarii Rangers, Vanguard, even Rust Stalkers, and whilst they have nods to these models, there's something jarring for me when you see them painted up. The ragged cloaks look out of place in the Mechanicum army in my mind, and they feel to me like they belong in the grim darkness of the far future. I also feel like the design studio have been pretty conservative with them, with only 4 poses and limited options across them. These are intended to be an elite unit, but outside of the rules I'm not really sure they give that as a presence on the tabletop. The Marshal also isn't a massive leap from the basic Battle-Pilgrym, and I wouldn't say it's particularly inspiring. Some options look more natural together than others too. GW decided to lead with this variant with the Scepter and the Vault-Lock handgun, and having both options in the air like this looks off compared with the other builds. It is nice to see more options for the Mechanicum, but I just don't love the direction of these sadly, and would have preferred to see more of the resin kits translated into plastic instead. I feel like the Silex Guardian Automata Covenant would have been a prime candidate alongside the Vulturax for example, although I do appreciate their attempt at expanding the background and the depth of units available. What do you think of them? Let us know in the comments, and subscribe to VoxFlash for more Horus Heresy news and reviews coming soon.